What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another Beta Memoirs. And today, what a rally we had. Everything just exploded today. It looks like everything that Powell said, again, he reiterated a lot of different things about where he stood. Again, everything just kind of left up in the air as opposed to what people thought would happen. And the tapering talks in general, yes, they'll happen soon. We don't know when exactly. The debt ceiling is something that's being discussed right now, and about it being essentially suspended. So that allows the Fed to continue doing what they're doing until if that otherwise is not agreed upon. But being said, we are good as far as the Evergrande situation. That whole thing is going to be a hot mess for the next couple months. We're going to hear about it. There's a lot of mixed messages about it. The market really doesn't seem to care. Powell's even stated yesterday that it won't affect our market. We'll have to see if that is true. We'll have to see if the selling that we had was due to the Evergrande essentially what's been going on over there. That's why we actually had the selling that we did. I think it is very possible that's why we sold, and we actually gapped down because of that. But then again, relief by Powell, and we're back up and breaking a trend. Hopefully tomorrow we can stay above. I talked about this essentially yesterday, is we wanted to be above that 44.20. We popped well above that today. It's ultimately where we end up tomorrow. I do expect a little bit of a pullback, a retest on this, and then I do expect some sort of slow melt up. I don't expect us to completely run just yet. We do have February. It is volatile. But being said, because of the positioning going into earnings, I think we are still extremely bullish. I am very bullish on the market, even though there's a lot going on. There's a lot of the variant and all that stuff. It doesn't really bother me unless we go on lockdown. But ultimately, where we stand right now, I am bullish going ahead. Again, we do have Powell again tomorrow. I don't believe he's going to say anything different. If he would have said it yesterday. He did not. So going in tomorrow, yes, we'll have more data, but I don't think the impact's going to be so dramatic. I think we are extremely bullish. We saw that today, especially after Powell, especially after we had some stuff coming out about the Evergrande situation saying that that it was going to be fine. There was going to be no issues. And then again, Powell reiterating that it wouldn't be an issue to the American markets. So this leads us here. We popped, we had that major run this morning, and then now we kind of just stalled end of day. I think tomorrow we might get a more of a rally in the morning, and then possibly even just stall again or pull back. We may even pull back, like I said, retest here, and then start running in the morning, running midday next week, or on Friday, going into next week. Again, we've had a lot of downtime so far, so we've had some good selling, and that's what I've wanted to see going into the holiday, essentially the holiday rush. So if that is the case, I think we should be good from this point forward. Again, there's still always something random that could come up and sell us, so just be mindful of that. Still manage risk. We're not 100% out of the dark just yet, but we're looking good so far. Key was to essentially come back over that 44.20 mark, which we have. Now we have to hold it coming into tomorrow, and then coming into next Monday. We want to see where we're sitting at. So, but tomorrow, what I got, let's look at QQQ. So far, it still needs to break above. Some tech actually ran. Tesla kind of stalled and then came back towards the end of the day. So it still has some resistance to work through. But I think tech can do it. From this point, it's still a higher low. So we just, as long as we can break above this, essentially the zone here, so above this 375, we can break above that tomorrow. I think we're going to go back to all-time highs. And again, I know everybody's talking about a crash and everything else. I think that would be delayed. I think that'll be sometime next year when we start talking about rate raises. That's kind of up in the air, and mixed messages about when exactly that's going to happen. We've heard the end of the year, but I've also heard that it could be sooner than that. So again, Powell stating that It's all kind of just in a holding pattern for right now until they figure out what exactly is going on. But we'll see. Tesla, like I said today, sold off this morning, but actually it came back it had a nice little bounce. It's holding. It did break pattern. I wouldn't be surprised if it actually came back down. That 760 mark has really been a pain for Tesla. So we're gonna have to see how this plays out. They have to have some major news to break this. Otherwise, this could possibly dip a little bit lower again. It's been holding this range essentially down to the 720. Possibly pick it up at 720 at that point and then go forward and see what happens. Google had a monster move today in a dip. I caught this on the second leg up, but it's starting to break down, it looks like, after hours. So some tech does look a little weaker after hours, but on the daily, like I said, things still look good, especially SPY. I know the banks did well today. UPST still a monster. This thing hasn't stopped since earnings. Let me see here. GS. Yeah, the banks had a monster day. BA had a monster day. They got news about China wanting to get more planes. So I think that primarily held up the market and pushed the market mainly. Again, you had some tech that ran this morning and then it kind of just died out, stalled, but it didn't sell. So I think that's why the whole market in general just kind of stalled towards the end of the day. Aapl does look good on the daily. Well, we definitely want to back above this, essentially the 147 mark. If we can get this back above the that 50 EMA, I think this can start going back to all-time highs. Yes, it could be a lower low, very much so, but we want to see your Apples. Microsoft actually looks really good. It's back over the 20, so it looks like it could start running back up again. Really, just as long as some of your main players or heavier weighted companies are starting to run back up, I think we'll be perfectly fine. Amazon, we're looking for that break above the 50s to that 14-15 mark. If we can get a break above that and hold above that tomorrow, Amazon could start running, I think. Shop actually looks good. I think it's just waiting. Some of these big tech, even like Tesla, it might just be waiting on SPX. Once SPX starts really pushing harder, especially after tomorrow, I think we could get a bigger push in Tesla. But Snap is holding well. It pushed back fairly quick. Then you have your Facebooks, which I actually grabbed calls in this for November. I think this will start. It'll only be a matter of time, I think, before Facebook starts running up. Yeah, I know that I believe it was the CFO that left because of the Aapl stuff. But being said, I think this is Zuckerberg will figure it out, and this will come right back quicker than a lot of people think, and it'll recover very well. TTD is one of them I want to watch tomorrow. I talked about this yesterday about the break. It did break. It was started to retest today. If we do a little pullback tomorrow, I'd like to get in this and see where that goes. Microsoft, like I said, looking good. It should be another good one tomorrow because it's holding above the 20. Amazon. I just went over Amazon. SE is another one I think could be really good. It did get a break and retest today. So depending on how the market holds up, watch this zone, essentially a 344 mark. If we can hold above this, I think we can start running up, retest all-time highs. So this should be some good, a couple points there to gain. See what else do I got here? And Space is the other one I have. Space is consolidating nicely and broke back above the 20. Be ideally down here at the 25 mark, but it did push up a little bit here. So something to keep in mind on. If it does dip back below the 25, you can wait for that or snatch it right here. It looks like it broke and retested the 25.81 here. So it could possibly go higher from this point. I think a lot of things are just kind of digesting. Docs also looks very good. It did break. We could look for a retest at the roughly around the 85 mark tomorrow. If that's the case, I'll be getting in this one as well. I do like this on the daily. But that's pretty much what I got. I don't want to make this video too long. It is on a Friday. Like I said, I don't like to take too many positions on Friday, especially in kind of swings. I like to keep it intraday, especially with the way the market's been working. Though if the market continues to run hot tomorrow and looks good tomorrow, I might actually swing. But I want to see what's in store for tomorrow. So if you've made it this far, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.